Ready for it.
Thrilled for it.
Presenting Franks with Turbo Booster Jet Engine.
Big decision is who should be India's next Test captain. I will get everyone to weigh in on this. Mr. Bangar, I'd like you to go first.
I think there is a candidate who is captain for India in Test matches already. His overseas record with the bat is very, very good. He's assured of a place in all conditions in the playing 11. And because he's not a bowler, KL Rahul is my choice as an Indian captain, because Jasprit Bumrah's unwillingness, you can say unwillingness or
Lack of availability for
lack
every
of availability,
test.
but the thing, I think the way the T20 captaincy also happened, it's Hardik Pandya was sidelines on the pretext that he's not going to be available for the length of the tournament because fitness is an issue. So the captaincy went to Surya Kumar Yadav. So it tells a little bit of how the head coach and the chairman are thinking. So in that sense, if Jasprit Bumrah does not qualify, then the second best for me is KL Rahul.
See, Jasprit Bumrah is your default choice. That's how it should have been because you invested in him. You thought that he is that heir apparent. And he led very well in Perth. Then he was, the moment Rohit Sharma stepped down for the last test match, he was once again the captain. But what we are hearing, once again, it's all hearsay. I'm not privy to what exactly is happening behind the scenes. But we are hearing that he is unwilling to actually lead the side because his availability is under question and he might not be available for all 5 test matches. That means you'll have to go with someone else because I don't personally like the idea that whenever you're available, you're the captain. And if you're not available, put somebody else in. And personally, I don't like that idea. So I think Shubman Gill is the guy who's going to be the captain. It's actually a toss-up between Shubman Gill and Rishabh Pant. It would have been Rishabh Pant before the accident if somebody had asked that question. It was a default choice in my head at that time. That Rishabh Pant is the next candidate, absolutely primed for Test captaincy.
Who would you like to see it go to? If we are also hearing it will likely go to Gill. But is he your choice, if not Bumrah?
See, you'll have to go with him. And there are hardly any candidates available.
So that is the other interesting part here, that we're in a quite unique situation.
Where is the leadership group? I mean, you talk about leadership group. Where is that group? Generally, you have 3, 4, 5 candidates. Here, you're actually he's talking about KL Rahul, who was not a part of India's WTC plans till the New Zealand Test series.
Yes.
Suddenly gets flown down to Perth, he opens, scores runs.
And we believe the conversation before Australia was that he'll play as a middle order player.
Correct.
That again
I mean,
changed.
You don't even know where he's going to bat.
Because of injuries.
But plenty of things have changed in Indian cricket.
Absolutely,
Shubman Gill was batting at the top of the order.
He went
then
to
he
3.
dropped down. Then he
After
was not
Pujara
part of the
was
Sydney Test match.
out.
So a lot of things
Sanjay,
changed.
I think the fact that KL was at one time captain, vice captain, but then they haven't named him even as vice captain in recent series, and Champions Trophy, Gill was named as the vice captain, even though KL was there in the squad. That kind of suggests maybe they're thinking of Gill ahead of KL now as a captaincy option.
That could be a thing, but I don't think that naming a vice captain is an indicator of, he's going to be taking over after that. So those things have always changed. I mean, vice captains have never turned out to be eventual captains on a long term.
Which is sad, actually. If you got a deputy, you must actually prepare him for the next job, not top job.
It depends on the time and situation that you find that vice captain. I think Ajinkya Rahane was an excellent vice captain.
Yes.
At the time where perhaps there was a time to ascend, Rahane's own test batting was not commanding that elevation. And here you are now at a position where you've actually swapped around the vice captain a fair bit. Now, Bumrah was vice captain in your last Premier assignment. But this is a unique situation with the kind of player that you have. All format player, has to be looked after, has to be in his own cause. Now, have you given us a name yet? Because I don't think you have.
I think it will be Gill. Just again, reading the tea leaves, looking at who they've named as vice captains previously, and the fact that he's led in this IPL. I know it's T20 and it's not necessarily representative of what's going to happen in Test cricket, but I think that's going to count in his favour. Again, the fact, and again, maybe I'm way off here, but the fact that both Siraj and Prasidh Krishna will be expected to be among India's first choice seamers, and he's been leading them the past few months. does all that, just it seems to be weighing in his favor is what I feel.
Then take Ashish Nehra as well.
Which wouldn't be a bad idea.
Perhaps Ashish Nehra's input has also been sought.
Who knows
Given
actually?
his close association with both the head coach and the chairman.
He must have been spoken to, I'm pretty sure, because that's what he want to do. But India, I think, is always shying away from having 3 captains for 3 formats.
Yes.
See, traditionally, we do not like that. We want 1 captain for all formats.
Right.
We are that kind of a nation.
Mr. Chopra,
but
don't
now,
you think once the next ODI team is named, there will be a captain who is not going to be Rohit Sharma?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, how do we know actually?
Because the man is already retired in 2 formats, and there is no guarantee of
so
a 2027.
that is where then Shubman Gill is your deputy
because
anyway.
he definitely, there is no discussion on his place in the ODI team.
Yeah.
Just to present, I know I said Gill will likely be captain. To present the counter argument, his test stats are there, 35.1. But in the tough conditions in Australia, England, South Africa, his average is 25, and he doesn't have 100 in those conditions. In fact, since
He has
that
a better
first
record
series,
in Australia than KL Rahul does.
but since that 2021 series, he doesn't have even a 50 in Australia, England, or Australia. Now, again, the counter to that is
That's
he's
one
not.
series, right? This past series.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about England, South Africa, and Australia, which is about 8 tests overall.
He hasn't played in England, barring the WTC, and I think 2
He's played
tests.
3 tests in England, 1 test there, and then 2 WTC finals. No, I'm just saying.
I'm just presenting
It's not
the-
like he's.
But again, I mean, he's come
Listen,
well prepared.
I'm a big fan of Gill, and I don't think I
nice of
think you'll agree. He doesn't look out of his depth in any of these conditions, right? It's just a small sample size, but does that count against him? I'm just presenting that argument.
See, honestly, if you're going to now, actually, it's just the lack of choices is what I'm.
I want to probe Mr. Bangar's choice of KL Rahul
sure.
as an assured spot in the test team, given that he's just come back. Do you sense that he's still that he is a sure shot, and is he an opener?
See, in India, whenever India plays at home, it is guaranteed, unless something drastically like what New Zealand, the New Zealand series happened.
Okay.
It is a given that India will win at all in all the matches. Now that is going to be challenged here as well, because there was Ashwin, there was Jadeja. So now India in a home conditions as well will have to find a spinner. Maybe I think my choice would there be Kuldeep Yadav. Should be playing a lot of matches more, not only in India but away as well.
Yep.
But it is more to do with overseas test matches.
Okay, fair enough.
So in overseas conditions, be it Centurion, be it Lords, be it Oval, I mean, he's got the runs under trying circumstances everywhere. And that tells you the kind of ability that he has and the past experience of leading the team, and age is also on his side. It's not that, he's on the cusp of 35, 36 and he might not last the WTC cycle.